if you're a resident of Delhi or adjacent states or across wherever in the country, to know what Delhi, which is turned into a fortress, so to say, at the border. Manjeet Sehgal, Amit Bhardwaj, Milan Sharma, Aishwarya Paliwal, Kamaljeet Sandhu, all our colleagues on the ground. Kamaljeet, first to you, because you are where at Fatehgarh Sahib, where their farmers have congregated and will move toward Delhi. What is the situation looking like? Are they all set?
Well, the farmers are all prepared, and that you see kilometers and kilometers of that particular line. These are all tractors lined up on one side, and at one signal from Sarwan Singh Pandher, the Kisan Neta, they will march towards Shambu border. Now, there are 2-3 important borders, but this is the one which is the most important, and this is the first point of confrontation, which is just about 60 kilometers from here. And what is important and vital is that this looks like farmer agitation 2.0. Similarly, what we saw in the Singu border, that's where for 1 year and a few days more, that is when the farmers were sitting down. So the preparation is in full. They've taken all the clothing. They've taken a lot of food. Now, there have been jails which have been put in place in certain segments. And this is where even the farmers are prepared. They're saying, if we're kept in jail, we'll do it. But we are prepared to sit for a year or two. But there you see all these, this is all preparation which is taking place. So one can say that there is this, now we just try and get you a sense. There is this bedding. Sir, तुसी बोरिया बिस्तरा सारा लेके तुसी चले हो. किस तरह दी तैयारी हैगी ये पूरी साल दी?
पूरे साल दी नहीं. अहीं मोदी दी धौन चो किला कढ के जाना ही.
So that's a very aggressive stance, and this is where you see this preparation which has been taken place. So obviously they are obviously saying that their demands have not been met, and the farmer leaders have made a point that they will be taking this particular set of farmers, and remember around 25,000 of them who will be joining in, and very clearly this is the strength in Punjab, around 5,000 tractors or so, several thousand tractors just in Fatehgarh Sahib, and they will march towards Shambu border. And thereafter we know that Haryana is going to be one problematic area because there's not so much barricading in Punjab, but there's a lot of heavy barricading, concrete, even that sort of nails which have been put in place. So they're saying that yes, there could be a clash. They're trying to avoid it, but remember, it's the leaders.
They say that the government is not listening to them. The government says we cannot have an MSP law overnight. What Kamaljeet is showing us is very interesting, because while the deployment is at the Delhi border, Kamaljeet's visuals show us the long queue of the tractors, the vehicles by the farmers that are ready, and they sound angry. Milan Sharma, Aishwarya Paliwal, Manjeet Sehgal, Amit Bhardwaj continue to be with us. Manjeet Sehgal is where I will go now, Shambu border in Ambala. Also, Aishwarya Paliwal, Milan Sharma continue to be with us. Milan, let me come to you, because you're at the Gazipur border. Okay, and there may not be a big congregation expected, but, it would be a fair question to ask, why such a heavy deployment? These are farmers, these are citizens of the country, they have some demands. The government has sent representatives. Why turn it into multiple layers of barricading with a heavy police deployment? Why not let the farmers come in and at least organize and be a part of protest? What do you think is happening? Milan, I'll take that question to you.
Well, Pooja, if you can hear me clearly, because the network seems to be getting jammed in all these border areas, I just want to tell you that despite the fact that sources have said that the Uttar Pradesh march is not to happen so soon, but you can see the preparations that are going on are rock solid. And I can see the entire flyover now flooded with cars with flat tires so that they cannot be moved from one place to another, which is leading to a very snail pace moving traffic on the entire Gazipur border and leading to inconvenience to the commuters as well. Remember that this time the Farmer Stir 2.0 is interesting and different from the first time you and I covered it, because at this point of time the apolitical wing of Samyukt Kisan Morcha as well as the Kisan Mazdoor Manch, mostly led by Punjab and Haryana, is going to come through, and the UP farmers and Uttarakhand farmers farmers have still not decided whether they want to be part of this stir, because on 16th February there's going to be another Bharat Bandh call. So now we are looking at a split between Kisan organizations as well, and that is something that is visible on the borders as well. At the Gazipur border, remember, I just want to show you, if Sanjay could pan the camera, there is a rapid action force as well as CRPF company of women as well with guns over there. So if this is the kind of preparation at the Gazipur border where the Kisan farmers have still not clarified whether they will join the call, the police actually doesn't want to take anything to chance. They are feeling that if farmers are not being allowed from inside Haryana and Punjab, where you know that the Aam Aadmi Party has rendered their support to the Kisan protest, and just the preparations are still going on. Now they are putting up
that all of this is only a precautionary measure, and this will not be used on the farmers, that there will be some discussion beforehand on that as well. What Milan has said is very significant. This is the Gazipur border, which is Noida, Greater Noida, where that side, the Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand farmers haven't yet decided if they want to en masse go toward Delhi, and yet the deployment is so heavy. So you can imagine where in Punjab, Haryana borders, there is definitely a Delhi Chalo march that's taking place. Ashwarya, I come to you now because you are at the Ticki border where there are definitely farmers heading to. And with the arrangements around you clearly shows that, that there is a heavy police arrangement that has been made. But what I'm trying to also understand is the demand is to make the minimum support price into a law, and for all crops, and do it at the soonest, which the government has said this cannot happen so fast, cannot happen overnight. How are these discussions that take place, and while there is deployment on the ground? Can we say deployment here shows that the discussions politically are not working out?
Well, definitely, Pooja, they're not working out, and that's the reason, even though despite a union minister like Piyush Goyal trying to make sure that he speaks for the farmers, we are seeing the farmers going ahead with the plan. The Delhi Cooch, Delhi Chalo is something that all of them are saying, and that's the reason why the kind of deployment that you are seeing here at the Ticki border, large number of personnel still trickling in. Pooja, let me tell you, the authorities, the government is also preparing itself, readying itself for the long haul. This is the kind of preparation, the tents, that you see right behind these police personnel, all of them in place because the administration understands that if the farmers are coming along with their bed and a lot of food, that's exactly what the authorities are also preparing themselves for. They're readying themselves for the long haul. But from what we understand, violence very unlikely. All that, at least the people here, the police personnel here deployed have been given instructions is that the farmers, if somehow they do make to the Ticki border, they should not be able to enter the national capital. That's what the preparations at the moment are for.
Because we've seen how in 2021, when the farm laws protest took place, they were there for over a year, for many months. Those areas were completely blocked and sealed. They don't want that happening to national capital. But there will have to be a discussion. These are farmers of this country, an important aspect of this nation. The government will have to ensure that a discussion is put on the table. Amit Bharadwaj is at the Singu border. Amit, you're also at the border where the farmers may not be allowed to reach, but that is their agenda. That is where they want to reach, which is the Singu border. If the viewer is listening to you right now, tell us about the arrangements around, because the airport has given out an advisory. There are traffic snarls that we are already witnessing. There are diversions as well. Can we expect for the next few hours to Delhi to face that inconvenience as the farmers head toward Delhi?
Well, Pooja, the traffic out here is moving at very snail speed because of the barricades which have been put already all through towards the national capital. This is Singu border, and you can see Delhi police officials instructing the vehicles as to how to make that movement. And on the other side as well, you will see the paramilitary forces have been deployed. They are right there geared up with anti-riot gears, with tear gas shells. And here as well on the side we are standing, the side which leads you to the national capital, what you will see is that all these individuals, these Jawans, RAF Jawans are geared up with the anti-riot gears, tear gas shell guns in their hands. And as you had asked, whether Delhi will be witnessing similar visuals that happened back in 2020. you know, the possibilities is that first flashpoint will be Shambu border, which is the Punjab and Haryana border.
Correct.
And if the farmers are able to break those barricades all through Panipat, Sonipat, Singu border could become the main center point for that Kisan Andolan 2.0.
So that protest, remember, lasted for 13 months at least at different borders of Delhi, and therefore that perhaps is a repeat that the government will not want, and so close to the Lok Sabha elections.